Right now, we are in a crisis, and I will say that seriously, in a crisis.
It's just a never-ending battle. They just keep coming in. The calls keep coming in, the text messages, the Facebook messages.
Well, we wouldn't mind to help you with dog food, if that'll help you hold on to them until we either get room or we can find a foster to take them.
How long is the pups?
How old are the puppies?
Everyone wants to rehome their animals.
So they're going on 4 months old?
We literally leave here, we go home, and we're answering messages all night long. You want to help that animal no matter what it takes, even if we're sinking, because we are just barely getting by. But you can't turn away an animal. The shelter was actually founded in 1985 by two women that just saw a need in the county to help animals. And it was actually a single wide trailer until they bought this place, which was a mechanic shop. This has been here since '89. We are a small nonprofit shelter. We are not county run. We are privately owned and run.
There's not one person here that I would say is not totally in it heart-wise. And we have 6 full-time employees. We all love them, we all care, and we all work our tails off every day to make sure they're healthy. And we have probably right now about 45 to 50 dogs, somewhere in there, plus all the cats, and every day everyone has to get cleaned.
Okay, if you'll follow me, I'll show you our first cat room. They're all spayed and neutered, and we have to do this every day. There can be no breaks because it just has to be done. And we always wait till we get the whole room cleaned, then we'll go around and feed everyone at one time. We actually have 3 cat rooms. We try to keep the kittens in this room so people can see them more because we usually move sick ones to the other room. This room is where a lot of our cats come in from animal control and when people surrender, just to make sure they're healthy. We give them these little hides because it just makes them do better in the shelter because they like to have a place to hide. This is Hoss and Blue. They both came in from animal control, running as strays. They're both very friendly. They'd make great inside-outside cats. Max is my favorite. He's a good boy. The dogs right now, first thing in the morning, we're cleaning. We take them out to the play lot so they can get their exercise. Here's Piggy. What are you doing? She was part of a rescue. He's actually left 2 times and has been brought back because he's a little hyper. Lucia right here, the black and white one, she's been here going on 4 years. That's a good girl. She's very calm and laid back. Back here, you'll start to see where we're so overfilled that we have kennels made for the dogs to stay because we can't bring them inside. We have no space.
We had more kennels built outside. We had to because we had no place to put them. Our animals are in our play lots, and that's where they go out and play every day, but we have no place to house them, so we have to put them in their lots because they just keep coming in. There's a sign on the door that says we cannot take any more animals in. They'll walk in the door. You'll take this animal or I'm gonna dump it. And then we get so upset that we try to find space. And sometimes when we just absolutely can't, sure enough, animal running at large. So they dumped it. We have to go get it anyway. If you walk away, then who is their voice? So we just keep plugging every day. There's nothing else that I would rather do in the world. I started off here as a kennel attendant. I've been here 13 years, and I came in every day and cleaned kennels, and that was basically my job. I became director 5 or 6 years ago. I include myself with the cleaning and everything with the staff. We work as a team together here. You're not here because of what you get paid, because it's nothing. You have to be here for the right reasons, and we all work together as a team. We all care about the animals.
I moved here from New York in 2018. And when I was looking for a house here, I actually was looking for one near an animal shelter because I knew I wanted to at least volunteer. So I went from being retired after 30 years to working pretty much full-time again here. But this I love. It's not like going to work. You know, emotionally, it's draining. I mean, we've had animals come in with gunshot wounds, with like someone chopped a kitten's leg off. We've had nonstop horrendous things come in, you know, and at that moment, I just do what I have to do. And after that is when you just break down.
There's a burnout point in your employees, and you see it. And then you have to sit them down and talk about, you know, if you feel like you're at that point where you're burning out because you're seeing so much horrible things happening every day.
You can't figure out why humanity can be this cruel to an animal.
Just the amount of cruelty cases and the things that we see every day, and people think that, okay, well, you come into work, you do your job, you clean, you go home, but it's not true. In some of the places that we have gone into, you wouldn't be able to walk into them with dead animals and just feces everywhere, and that's the things that they have to see.
We have some sick animals, you know, because of the overcrowding, partly because when you have so many in a small area, all you need is one cat sneezing. It's like those kittens are now getting sick. So we're going to move them into the back room. We moved like 3 cats today into the back room so far. You know, it's just a non-stop process around here between vaccinations, worming, medications. It's just a lot of work, but I've never done anything more rewarding.
I wouldn't do anything in the world other than what I'm doing now. I mean, we cry a lot, and then we're happy a lot. Like if a senior dog gets adopted, I mean, that's the best feeling in the world.
I'll probably be here to the day I die.
And you're happy about that?
Oh yeah. I mean, I hated my job for 30 years, and I moved here, and I mean, I work a whole lot harder here than I did in New York. But I love what I do. That's the difference.
There's a lot of abandonment cases going on in Hawkins County of people saying there's strays running down this road, this house has animals abandoned in.
The biggest thing is going to be the feral cat population. A lot of people do have problems with the feral cats. There's definitely a couple colonies here. You can have anywhere from 10 to 30. It depends. It has to do a lot with not spaying and neutering.
A lot of people are coming in saying, I found these 5 kittens on my front porch today. They don't have a mom, they're not weaned, they're 3 weeks old, right, sometimes younger. And so then we have to find fosters to bottle feed these animals. And that has been the biggest problem lately.
If you think about it realistically, one animal that's not spayed or neutered can produce anywhere from 6 to 12 out of the litter. Catching them, trapping them, and neutering them and spaying them is going to be the best option to be able to reduce that population. It's called the TNR, trap, neuter, release. If you do that, that's going to take the population and cut that feral cat population down by half. We provide the traps. That's the benefit. You can always just give us a call on the non-emergent number and be like, listen, I have a cat population. I want to see if I can get a trap, even just to be able to trap them and rehome them.
We try to make sure every animal is spayed and neutered prior to being adopted.
And
This way it's
also
not the problem.
offer spay and neuter to the public. So
Right.
we have Snippet that comes to the shelter once a month, sometimes twice,
Right.
and they offer it to the public and to our animals here, not for free. It's low cost, much lower than at the vets, but we do offer that.
Health-wise, it's healthier for a female. A spayed female has much less of a chance of getting any mammary tumors, mammary cancer. Male dogs, it's good for their prostate. They have less problems. It's just overall healthier. Plus the males, if they're not neutered and they go running looking for that female that's in heat, they're going to get hit by a car, get in fights with other dogs. You know, a spayed and neutered animal is a much better off animal. They really are.
Come here, kid. What are you doing? Now, if I was on the couch, he would jump up there with me. What do you think, kid? But people need to be responsible. When you get a dog or a cat or any domesticated animal, you're also saying, not only am I accepting this animal, but I'm also accepting the responsibility that goes along with it. Everything, I'm going to feed it, take care of it, provide it shelter, give it fresh water every day, but also the common things of, let's spay or neuter them.
And there's other places that they can even call us, and we can, if we can't get them on Snippet, there's other places that we can give them information like Holly Help.
Holly Help, Paws and Claws in Morristown, Kindness Counts in Sevierville. There's a lot of places they can access because a lot of the vets here are full. They really are. They're backed out too, but you know, there are still places that they can get it done.
Spay and neuter is not expensive. Most shelters will make certain you spay or neuter that animal before you take it or within a week of when you get it. So candidly, if you can't afford to spay or neuter the dog, you probably can't afford the dog. So because it's going to cost you more in food and potential vet visits over the coming years than spaying or neutering.
People need to be responsible for their animals.
And thanks to John Lumberg, he's come and visited our shelter many times.
It's interesting, in Tennessee, you know, for years we've talked about you've got to provide adequate shelter for dogs, But in the code, we never defined what that is. It's different when you're talking about domesticated animals because pets are, they're not like horses and cows and pigs and they're going to be outside and we get that. Domesticated animals are different. They've been raised to be domesticated inside predominantly. And frankly, I think in society, the way we treat pets is a reflection of how we treat society. So after, frankly, a number of years, we decided let's define what shelter is, that it's 3 sides. And in wintertime, you've got some kind of a bed, whether it's straw or old blankets, or in the summertime where there's airflow going through there. We also said it's got to be big enough for a dog to stand up, turn around, lay down. Just some basic things so that we have a commonality of what's adequate shelter for you and adequate shelter for me. We both can agree this is the definition we have. So it works in Sullivan County, it works in Shelby County, and everywhere else.
We all are grateful for him to have done this. He is a supporter of us, and
Yes.
he comes and visits us
Often.
yeah.
If you've got a chance, contribute to a local shelter, wherever it is, or volunteer and help them. Because those animals are the unfortunate result of other actions.
We shouldn't have to be run out of a mechanic shop that was a house. I mean, we do the best we can, as you can see, with what we have. But I think about all these shelters that are being built, these beautiful shelters.
State of the art.
That their county has helped them build. And it's not important. And I'll go on record and say that to us, we don't matter. This is our problem, not their problem. But it's everybody's problem.
They gave us $125,000 towards expansion, and then we have to match another $125,000. But they've told us that it includes any in-kind donations. So if you bring in a 40-pound bag of dog food, there's a file there. We write down the person's name, what they brought in, we look up the price of the food. All of that is supposed to count, as well as any monetary donations we get.
But then the problem with the in-kind, even though that's counting towards the, and this is to get a bigger building. The problem with that is it's not monetary.
Right.
So, you know, and again, we were the only one asked to match anything. So that's just a mountain that we're climbing slowly.
People can help by fostering, by adopting, by donating, whether it's cat food, dog food, cat litter, bleach, money, any of the above. We are always looking for something.
I thank our community. They support us 100% because they see the struggle that we have. You know, these animals ask for so little from us. They deserve full belly, cuddles, a warm bed. They deserve at least that from us, because in the end, we get so much more back from them.
We do.
I saw you before the old fox could dig, and I knew you'd be worth all my son could give, skirting around in the night, preparing a din that feels just right. No, not my son, no place to call home.